What's poppin', you? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're taking a look at Monkey Kid Season 3. We took a look at Monkey Kid Season 2 a couple of minutes ago on the channel. Definitely go check out that video out before you continue watching this one, because this one is going to have spoilers for Season 3. But we are taking a look at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Ninjago series and movies on the channel. And you know, I thought, what has LEGO done to try and rival Ninjago? Because although Ninjago is one of their main properties and one of their best-selling properties, they're still always trying to create new themes, new ideas that can combat Ninjago and try and make another best-selling series. And they tried that with Monkey Kid back in 2020, 2019, and it has been going pretty strong until recent, when it was cancelled, unfortunately, and also along with Season 4 of the show. But I think it's an amazing show, and one of the best, and one that actually could have rivaled Ninjago if it just had a little bit more support. So Season 3 is the heroes are on the run after escaping from the Lady Bone Demon. They need to track down a powerful weapon to beat her, but Macaque has other plans. The heroes are captured by the Dragon of the East, May's distant uncle. It's up to her to save her friends before Macaque catches up. So basically, this season goes as the main gang go around all of the Monkey King world, seeing like Chinese gods, Chinese mythology, Chinese characters in history. With the dragons under the sea, they go to the moon to see the moon, the Lady in the Moon. They go to an ancient temple in the sky to get a cooking pot, a mixing pot, to put everything together, because they need to go to each one of these characters to create the fire. And this special fire is going to inevitably kill May, which Monkey Kid keeps to himself, and we only find that out later on in the show, because throughout this entire series we have more Monkey King screen time than any other season, because he's here to help out, he's here to guide them through all this struggle, all this danger. And the team does end up splitting up for a while. We do have Sandy going off with May and MK, and Monkey King going with Pigsy and the monk guy. Sorry, I do forget his name. And we do have Monkey King revealing that his old group, his old sort of friendship group, was in fact Sandy, a pig-like character, another monk, and a dragon like May. But it is the Jade Dragon, not May. But the Jade Dragon is May's uncle. So each one of these characters is descendants from the original Monkey King's group. And he unfortunately loses his memory in one of the episodes and gets amnesia. And he reveals this to Pigsy. And he reveals his plans to Pigsy, that what they're doing is going to inevitably kill May. They continue going throughout the series, try to collect all these different artifacts. There is 11 episodes at 10 minutes each, and they're all getting these artifacts. They're beating Macaque to the wall, because Macaque has been hired by Lady Bone Demon to hunt them down, get the artifacts before them, because if he doesn't, then he's going to turn to ice and Lady Bone Demon's going to kill him. So he's only attacking them to save his life, which I think is very fair. And we see a side to Macaque that we wasn't shown before, where he actually cares for Monkey Kid and his friends, and he actually cares about them. But he's only attacking them, and he's only doing all this because Lady Bone Demon will kill him if he doesn't. He's only doing it to save his life, and that's understandable. That is fair enough. I understand him, and this season made me like him more as a character. I thought he was cool before, but seeing him now in this different light, showing his character change and develop and actually show that he cares for them, but he doesn't have a choice with what he's doing, just makes this whole season a lot better and makes his arc a lot better as well. He does still slip off towards the end and goes back into the shadows, probably ready for Season 4, but I still thought he did a pretty good job at turning good and helping the Monkey King and the Monkey Kid fight the Lady Bone Demon, with him being a monkey as well. We have Monkey King going off to fight a time god, a time guy, who is protecting the fire and doesn't want the Monkey King to light it again because he knows the danger that it can cause and the danger that happened 1,000 years ago when all of them had to stop the fire before. They all closed the fire because it was causing so much destruction to the world, and they are now going back and undoing it and releasing the fire. And when May gets infected by the fire, as we see here, Monkey Kid goes to stop May and tries to calm her down, but she flies away and she goes to see the Bull King's son, the Bull Demon's son, who is helping her train to use the fire that she has now and not destroy the world in doing so. And then once she's ready, with the help of Monkey Kid, they train together, they go and fight Lady Bone Demon and take her on, end up winning, and save the world as we know it. They also have the help from the Bull Demon, who has changed his ways and is living a peaceful life now, but they still have to gather these rings, which have been separated to the moon, to the Bull Demon, and to the underwater, as they were all entrusted to each sort of people that were there. One was entrusted to Monkey King, but one was entrusted to the dragon, and the other was entrusted to... I forget, I do apologise, but I do forget. So there's 3 rings, have to collect them all, and they were all entrusted to one of the members of Monkey King's old group 1,000 years ago to protect and hide so the fire can never be restarted. This show has some crazy visuals, crazy animation styles. It is 2D and one of the very few 2D animation Lego shows other than Unikitty, and I think this is fucking incredible. Just look at how well animated it is. If you go and watch it, you'll see how cool the animation style is. It's like anime fights and flying around, slamming into things, all these explosions, all these fast-paced movements. It's like Jujutsu Kaisen Dragon Ball, and it's obviously brighter colours. It's obviously not as serious or not as like visually appealing as those, but it is still very close to that. It still looks amazing, and it still feels like there's a lot of threat and a lot of danger, and this series had it all. This final season 3 had everything you could have asked for this show. It's all been building up to this. It's all been building up, and it's finally showing it off. We've had Monkey Kid at his lowest point, without his staff, being betrayed by his teacher, being lied to by his teacher, almost losing his best friend, and having to go on this crazy quest where he feels worthless, he feels meaningless because he doesn't have his staff, he doesn't have his powers. We have Pigsy obviously putting together that Monkey King isn't all what he seems. We have Pigsy who reveals that Monkey King isn't all that he is or made out to be, and he is the one that finds out. He's always been suspicious of Monkey King, and he's always cared for MK, and this is where it truly shows. You truly see how much he cares for MK here, because he's constantly looking out for when Monkey King slips up, for what he's doing. He's acting suspicious, and he's the only one that sees it, and he's the one that tells and spills the beans. We have May also going into her prime, flying into the air, and just being the strongest she can be with the dragon power that she has. And them all coming together after being divided, after arguing with each other, after clashing heads over the past couple of weeks, days, however long this trip was, because of all the issues that Monkey King caused himself. He also knew that he betrayed them, knew that their plan failed, so ditches Pigsy and Sandy on top of the mountain to fly over to the Bone Demon to take her on by himself. He gets defeated and gets mind controlled, so then the rest of the gang, who then make their way back together, have to take him on. And this is one of the big turning points of the series because it's a lot of conflict, it's a lot of conflicting emotions. They don't want to hurt the Monkey King, and they know how powerful the Monkey King is, but they have to take him on by themselves. They also have a character design change. They all wear more casual outfits as they're all outlawed. They're all being hunted, so they're all changing their outfits, changing their sort of style, changing how they dress, and I think some of the outfits are pretty cool, and they're a lot more unique. They also go to space, which I think is pretty insane. Going to space is pretty far. It had the same effect that it did when it happened in Ninjago, with it's pretty amazing that they went to space, and it also happened in season 3. So if I had a penny for every time that a Lego series went to space in season 3, I would have 2 pennies. It's not a lot, but it's strange that it happened twice. And just going through like all the emotions, everyone's character arcs, with understanding why Makar has been doing everything that he has, been hunting them relentlessly, seeing all the other characters, the Demon Bull King change his ways, be more father-like to his son, see his son change from being a hot-headed villain to now training up our new friend, like our new sort of powered-up May. The Spider Queen is still hunting them down as well. The Spider Queen isn't gone, she isn't forgotten. She also wants revenge on the Bone Demon, and she's trying to get all the rings for herself. So we still have that conflict going on. We have a really cool change in animation style where they all look very chibi-like, and that's just them explaining the plan, and I think it's adorable and it's really cool. And it's just a nice little scene to show that they're making a plan, what the plan is supposed to do, and then what inevitably happens. We also have the cliche with the power wasn't in Staff, it was in you all along, which, you know, his eyes start to glow and he uses the power of the staff, which I think is very, like, basic, very cliche, very sort of, you know, borderline how every other show plays out, but it still did it well and it still did it creatively, and I like that. The voice acting, again, is incredible. I feel like I've been repeating myself over these past 3 videos about how the characters act, how the characters are, and the voice actors, but they keep it up over all 3 seasons. Normally, when a show goes on for so long, the characters gradually change and gradually shift to one-note characters, more sort of 2D basic flat characters that only fit the stereotypes. But over the course of these 3 seasons, the characters have been constant. They have still been evolving, but they've stayed the same. They've stayed the core characters. It's still the same group of characters that we got to know in season 1, but they're more developed, they're more sort of advanced, and every point that I've made has been proven a lot more and expanded upon throughout all 3 seasons, and gradually taken over more of their character and sort of been more explored as well with each season and as it's gradually gone on. Voice actors have hit their peak in this one. They have gone all out because all the characters have gone through the roller coaster of emotions through this season. There's been tension, there's been crying, there's been depression, happiness, excitement, fear, anger, all of it throughout all of this season from all the characters. Everyone got their part, everyone got their screen time, everyone had an important role, and that's where it all been leading to from season 1, to defeat all the demons, to live happily, to rid the demons from this realm, or at least neutralize them. But it still ended on a little bit of a cliffhanger of the skeleton demon not being fully dead and the spider demon still being evil. So it did leave room for season 4, and it still was a phenomenal ending. It ended so beautifully, and we have all the team together, happy, saved the day, and it does deserve a 10 out of 10. It is a 10 out of 10 series. It is an S tier ranking on my scale of shows. Please go watch it. Please just show your support. Hopefully we can still get to season 4. Hopefully it's not too late. But other than that, bye-bye.